Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I got a fun guitar to show you here. This is on loan and it's my first time checking out one of these models and I am impressed. This is a Peavey guitar. This is from the EXP line, which means it was exported from Korea. This is the Signature series and clearly this is modeled somewhat after a Gibson style guitar. There's some changes which we'll go over, and overall super impressive. So let's take a look. Here we start at the headstock and we see it's more or less like a PRS design in that the tuning pegs angle in, which is a great idea because it pulls the strings more or less straight through the nut, and that's important for tuning stability. Now you see they have a little bit of a volute on the back of the neck, not a full volute, but it's nice to have that wood in there. And they're using Grover 18:1 tuners. This guitar looks super classy all the way around, the way they've done the gold hardware. Now Cherry Burst is not my favorite, but in hand it looks great. Really nice binding on the fingerboard and it feels good. The frets are finished really nice. There's no fret end binding. And there's a look at the rosewood fingerboard. It could be a little darker in my opinion, but it looks pretty good. As with the inlays, I think they could be a little bigger, but they look kind of classy if that's your thing. So we'll work our way up here. We go past the scarf joint, which looks nice. And I noticed it's sort of almost a little bit shallower C carve than I'm used to. I'd call it medium to thin. And then we get to the heel joint and we can see the heel is actually two pieces of mahogany. But it makes for a nice neck joint, really well put together. Feels great. Now I do feel just ever so slightly a line here where that two-piece heel joint is. It's not bothersome, but it's noteworthy. I'd say that's the first time I've really felt that joint on a guitar. And the binding on the body is done really well, as we've come to expect. Korea exports some really nice guitars. Now it does have a carved maple top, or arched. It's sort of flat in the middle, which is great, and then bevels down towards the side here. I really like it. And I love the way the hardware is actually recessed into that top. So your bridge, if you can see that, that is different than on a Les Paul and looks super classy. Now you may be looking at that stop tail piece and thinking, what's going on there? Well, it's a string through stop tail piece. And that is unique. That's the first I've seen. And it's really well done. It just looks so clean in person. It's hard to put a finger on or explain. But anyway, yeah, really good setup. And the pickups seem really shallow, set into the body as well. Overall, it gives itself such a sort of put together feel. It really feels high end. This is a three-piece mahogany back while we're here. And I can sort of see where the seams are. I think they're just running right up here, sort of symmetrical. And a nice big control cavity to get to your switches and knobs. Now while we're talking about that, this is cool too. You have two volume knobs and one tone. So you have a separate volume for each pickup, and then this is a three-way selector switch to give you one pickup, both pickups, or just the neck pickup. What I did, because I only play in one pickup, I always play in the bridge pickup and I crank it. So I left that cranked, sorry, this is the bridge pickup. I left this cranked and I turned the neck pickup to 0. And what that did was give me effectively a kill switch. So when I put it up, there's no sound coming through your guitar. And for what I do, that's super handy. So this is just a tone pot. and it affects both pickups. So that's it for a visual inspection. Overall, I have to say this guitar feels at least as good as the Gibson double cut Les Paul Standard that I reviewed a few days ago, and that's saying something. It is polyester finish, so the actual feel of the guitar is a little different. I prefer the poly. So there we go. Let's give it a listen. Cheers.